Hello. I figured I'd show off my little PNG tuber since this video uses my PNG tuber. Anyways, hello cat. I did a stream today as or yes, yesterday because it's 1 a.m. I did a stream where I basically just talked about Riftdale for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Well, kind of about Riftdale, kind of about a project I'm going to be working on coming up. And I wanted to keep it. So this is that. It's the whole stream. I just wanted to keep it for my own personal watching, basically. And also show off this, my beautiful PNG tuber on YouTube, because I haven't done that yet, and this lovely homestick license. So this is kind of a two birds, one stone show off. Anyway, spoilers for Tales from Riftdale are kind of spread throughout this video. Nothing huge, but I figured I may as well give a heads up anyways. So I hope you enjoy. If you want to catch the next one, my Twitch is Opalescent and Quartz, and I'll be linking it in the description, as is the the proper social media thing to do. Yeah. Hope you enjoy. Whoa. Shit, that was the wrong... I found the correct button. Yeah, you can see the last fucking date in the corner. So I do want to work... I do not have that much of a script. Same brain cell. Yep, the brains... Look, you should... We share the brain cell. You should know this by now. We have the same brain cell. We share it. Everyone gets a turn with the brain cell. So all I have is a description of what Riftdale is. Not even getting into like the actual plot details, but just saying like it's a podcast and it's a YouTube. And I don't know how to write scripts. So the problem too is that I want to write a script for it. But I have never written a script for a video in my life. Every single video I have ever done, I have not had a script. I haven't really done that many. I've done like one other like video essay kind of video, and I just rambled off my fucking gnome piece. I tried to write a script and it didn't work. I kind of want to write a script for this one, but it also like... Should I just write myself a fucking bullet point, like a detailed outline? Because I've had this much script for months. This is the whole script right now. I don't even want to look at it right now because I'm afraid it's bad. And I'm like... Am I good enough at improvising to just make myself a bullet point list? It's actually, this is my entire list right now. This is my entire organizational system at the moment. I don't have one up here. This is the original version of the script, by the way. I kept it for no reason. Can't say because I want to hang out with the kiddo, but I had to come say, have fun hanging with the kiddo. Have a good evening. I know it's also kind of late for y'all because it's fucking almost 8 o'clock for me. I think talking myself through this, I think I just have to write myself an outline and write it off the dome piece because I cannot write a script to save my goddamn life. I also second this sentiment from Lex. The only problem then is I have to write myself a detailed outline because this is just what should be in the script, which is not an outline. That's ideas in a list. Because I do love my favorite line still is, everyone's a gay, this is a joke, or is it? It's not really. I don't know how to video. Lux, help. I don't know how to do videos. I'm not a script writer. because the things I want to accomplish, right, is I want to make a video that tells you what Riftdale is, why you should listen to it, what makes it so good, and then also kind of a description of the order which you can watch the content. Oh, you're asking the wrong person. I also do not know how to do scripts. Fair. Because, honestly, the biggest thing I need to tackle is the order question. Because I can only know how I watched it, right? I can only know what the experience is like going from watching the videos as they came out to the podcast as it's coming out. Hey, Ben! No! If he comes in here, I might die. He follows me. He could. Oh no, I just saw you fucking shout me out, chat. No! Anyways. I'm gonna write. I did see that. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna write in big, stream-friendly letters what I need to do for this script. So, outline for video, because I apparently cannot write a script. There we go. Yeah, we'll lowercase that O, as we're gay around here. E. Or do another PowerPoint. I don't want to do PowerPoint though, because what I want to do is I want to make it like, I want to like add clips of Riftdale on it and like possibly some art, just for funsies. I have all of the Riftdale episodes on my computer, so I figured I'd use them. I also I do want to make a joke about Riverdale. 30 slides, so that was just... Do you know how fucking much I had to resist making the PFI slideshow longer? There were already so many goddamn words. Like, do you know how many... It took Ben like 30 minutes to read it. You saw that, right? I am unfortunately incapable of shutting the fuck up. I did, yeah. How did you find that video, by the way? I made sure not to post about that. I posted about it on Twitter, and I specifically made sure to not post it on Twitter. Stars. Okay, hopefully that's invite. Okay, I did, you know what? Shit, you're right, I did send it in voice chat. That was my, you know what, that was my bad. Okay. Outline. I should forget that you look at voice chat. You saw me late, yeah, whatever. Also, I love Agent Divination's got their suit on. This is a really funny idea for Agent Divination to be making. Just like, so, we're all in a universe made up by a dude. It's like, okay, shut the fuck up, Agent Divination. Okay. I'm gonna put ideas for video. Okay. So, what is Riftdale? Why you should listen to Riftdale? Man, Riftdale good. I think I did once, when I first had the idea for this, I think I did ask if anyone wanted to do testimonials. Testimonials from chat. There we go. So I think, yeah, you did it. Okay, good to know. Which I may still end up collecting, depending on how this ends up shaking out. Just because they're fun. I want to make a Riverdale joke entirely to use tears. Jughead Claire image. Mine's also Riftdale good. That's not a testimonial. Although, honestly, you're fully free to submit a testimonial that's just you saying Riftdale good. I'd accept that. I'm gonna expand on these bullet points in a minute. Because that's how my fucking brain works. Let's see. Riftdale. 2 Riftdales. Wow. We'll expand on these as we go. This is very funny and very dramatic music to be playing while I am saying the words I'm saying out loud right now. Ways to watch 2 Riftdales. Chronicles. 2 Tales. Tales. 2 Chronicles. Just Tales. I'm not interested in Chronicles here. Just kidding. I'm extremely interested in the Riftdale Chronicles. Let's see. Okay, here's my original like script's details. Oh, I forgot. Okay. Oh, content warnings. Things possibly upsetting things in Riftdale. There are some unfortunately pretty upsetting, you know, the Donald Trump jokes are the ones that like, and like the conspiracy jokes. I see that as the hosting license, I really recognize it. I read Homestuck and I just always make my arrows like that now. I just think it makes them, I hate that it corrects them. I usually try to fix it, but I'm uploaded with 13 Benjamin. Drew, please. I'm like wondering if that's the video he's talking about. Because he mentioned that he was uploading a video pretty soon. So my bet's on either it's one of the more recent streams or it's episode 13. I'm kind of hoping it's episode 13. Please, can we have episode 13? Also, fun fact, this is not a public playlist. This is an unlisted playlist. But where is it? This section here, this video, and these videos, and these ones. I feel like they're important, so I don't want to take them off the playlist. And I want to give Lou the link. Oh, the link is open to y'all, I just don't, like... I don't want it to be the thing that comes up when people search Riftdale. Like, I'd much rather if, like, someone just hears me talk about Riftdale and wants to go search on YouTube, I'd much rather them just find the channel and kind of go from there. And actually, that's a good... I just realized I made a point with myself on accident, which is that you could also probably... There's 2 different ways of going about doing the Chronicles, because you could do all of the videos, including the ones that are not technically canon, or just what's on the Riftdale Chronicles channel. But the problem is that's out of order. I'll put together another playlist. I have time. I do this. This is my fucking nightly activities. It's just thinking about Riftdale. Because, yeah, the order they're in here is... all over the place. Did Ben upload? Wait, okay, wait a second. Hello, wait a second. Okay, YouTube was... It looked like YouTube was trying to tell me he'd uploaded the fucking that video's out of order. I mean, this isn't that bad. I know it's not right. It's not bad, but it's not right, if that makes sense. Oh god, shoot to kill. It's been 4 goddamn years. since this channel got created, which is fucking make us scroll this point in the video, watch the upload dates. Oh, I have it in order here. Or like, it's as much of a semblance of order as I could cobble together. Because I think Jay's playlist was in order, and I copied from his and kind of expanded on it, basically. I remember because, and I think I got it mostly right. Okay, yeah. I think I got it mostly right because I remember during either the birthday stream or one of the episode lead-up streams, we linked my playlist, and Ben commented that I had managed to work around the fact that he uploaded them all out of order. Oh, but I still have not done... Okay, yeah. I've listened to I've been listening to the episodes from TFR again, but I haven't managed to write down any content warnings, because usually, recently, like, while I'm either driving or at school, and it's very hard to write down notes at school, because I'm usually doing something else. Like, the thing I'm supposed to be doing at school. Chronicle side note about content. What's this say? Yeah, okay, anyways. Oh, but yeah, like, mostly because, like, Claire gets so much better after he stops being a joke about real conspiracy theories. Because as much as I love real conspiracy theory Claire, just because he's really fucking funny, like, some of the, unfortunately, a lot of conspiracies are, when you look at their roots, bad. So, should probably not look at that. That's just him. What do you mean? True. What the fuck does Steam want? Why does Steam want to restart? I just restarted Steam earlier. Anyways. Also, what's the best way to put this? The early Christian jokes are so horny. And nothing else about him is. And I feel like I need to warn people about that somehow. Oh yeah. I have disclaimers. I'm sorry to say horny. Go rewatch the Yahoo Answers videos. I know there's not supposed to be, but like the weird amount of sex jokes makes them just weird to watch. So maybe horny isn't the right word, but they're weird. Like, these two videos right here, I almost didn't include. Blame Ben. I do blame everything here. In this situation, literally everything here is Ben's fault. Don't tell him it's so bad. But there's a lot of context. It's basically, I'm like, okay, the problem at the core of what order to tell people to watch Riftdale in is how much context do I think they need. Because there's also a really interesting thing that happened. Because the first, I thought about this when I was talking to my friend. The first 6 Tales from Riftdale episodes were written while the videos were still going on. I think you can even kind of see this. Yeah, the first 6 episodes, so from Defeat Fresh to the Monochrome Man, were written while the videos were still going on. But I have a feeling towards probably 5 and 6, maybe even 4, I'd have to re-listen to it. I'd have to, like, watch it in the context of everything. And even by, like, episode 4, you start seeing a divergence. And what I'm thinking because before I absolutely would have told someone you probably need to watch the video. Like if someone had come in like right after Riftdale was, or right before they broke off each other, I probably would tell someone, hey, you should probably go watch the videos to get a feel for who these characters are. But because Rift TFR is now its own thing, I feel like it's, as it goes on, going to become more and more independent as we get slowly... I mean, we've basically been reintroduced to everybody at this point. Everyone's been put into their new context. Which makes it entirely possible to just listen to TFR. So I'm like, okay, but I like, the videos are good, and I think they expand upon especially Smith and Dad. That's the other thing too. Clairvoyance, really most of Clairvoyance exists within TFR. He is not in that many videos prior to TFR. I can even show you, because I have been, we're gonna fucking show off, because I will show you this right too. I mean, it's the skits, but I do understand why he stopped. No, absolutely. That's because that's the other thing too, is like, I can absolutely see looking, because like I've been rewatching old videos, I can absolutely see why you wouldn't want to watch these, which is why I'm kind of leading, like, I'm glad I got to consume Riftdale in the order I did. I'm glad I got to, but I think that's specifically because I was there while it was coming out. And so I'm inclined to suggest that people either just listen to TFR or listen to TFR and then go back and watch some of the skits. He was juggling Riftdale and IRL job. Yeah. I mean, he still is, technically. But more of just, I think Riftdale's humor has developed a lot. Like I said, with like the beginning of Christian and the beginning of Bart and the beginning of Claire, I could definitely see why they got such dramatic rewrites. And I think I have not listened to the Tales from Riftdale's Now podcast video in a hot second, but I know he talked about like some of the jokes in that one weren't like great, and which is kind of why he was interested in restarting to kind of adjust some of those jokes. Yeah, which is, I'm like, I think I might make a second playlist. I think I like having this playlist if someone wanted the full context, beginning to end story of Riftdale. So I don't think I'm going to get rid of this one. But I think in the time since I started this project, I do think it's better to at least start with TFR, if not just stay with TFR. I think it's, despite having pictures of Chris in the TFR background. Yeah. But I think I remember, I want to say it was Tier. I remember we were having a conversation about, like, Christian and, like, that development, because I want to say it was Tier. Basically being like, you can still kind of have, like, the Coke stash, and most of what you're taking out is, like, the Thanksgiving joke where he, you know, which one is it? The Trumaning Thanksgiving, like that kind of genre of joke you can kind of take out, which makes sense, I think. Because there is something to be said about Christian's backstory being driven by desperation. Rip that flower back, yeah. But I think, oh, it was in Conspiracy Boys. We were talking a little bit about Chris's classspect. And how, you know, being a Prince of Rage kind of feeds into, I think I had a Tier put it. Basically blocking out the opposite of your aspect, which for Rage is hope. And kind of like, I think that, like, downward spiral Christian talks about in whichever video, I can never remember what video it is that he does, is like, the talk about how, like, the murder of his friend led to, and, like, that, like, spiral of, like, going from, you know, money to religion to drugs back to money. And, like, that, I think, feeds into his, because the monologue, yeah, where he talks about having, where he which one is it? One of the earlier... It's one of... Yeah, it's... I want to say it's in Sin Screen, but I can't guarantee that. It's in one of these three. It might be Solo Sermon. I want to say it's either Sin Screen or Solo Sermon. Where, like, yeah, he talks about kind of having that downward spiral, which leads... It might be Sin... I think it is Sin Screen, but I kind of don't want to watch it. It's like, I need to finish my thought. Like, him talking about, like, having that downward spiral, I think is important to his character because it tells you why the fuck he's doing this. Because it's specifically that he is working for Oculus because they can wipe his memory of the shit that he did. Hold on, I'll do it. Thank you, Lux, for my life. Like, it's specifically that he has spiraled to such depths that he is willing to kill people to get what he needs. I lost my original train of thought. Shit. Yeah, or I remember back now. Yeah, but like, because like I could absolutely understand. Yeah, wanting to take out the kind of genre of like, ha ha ha, he's high all the time, but like confronting it as like a genuinely tragic. He has been pushed to this point. I opened YouTube as meth and immediately met with Among Us. Oh no. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. There's definitely... I think we were talking about, like, the fact that... That's right. I think we were talking about the fact that, like, a lot of us still draw him with the Coke stash. And I remember telling a friend of mine, like, Riftdale is inherently tragic. No one in this story is having a good time. Gotta love them reacting to my little wooden pusher stick tapping. That's right, I'm not a homie in Bel's server. No one has to know I'm streaming, it's fine. The horror, yeah. A lot of Riftdale's horror is... a lot of Riftdale's horror is tragedy. And so we were kind of talking about, like, you absolutely can still do... There's a way to be respectful about the fact that this is a man pushed to the brink, basically. Because then... Yeah. Oh, I think... I remember now. I think I remember where my train of thought started. Because as evidenced by the fucking numbers on this fan art sheet... I don't think I've ever seen this, Lux. Evidenced by the numbers on this fucking sheet. Claire... So I'm still in about... I'm at like the end of June 2018. These numbers right here. Can I not zoom in? Hello? I want to zoom in, please. We don't need to talk about how big these numbers are. Don't let me zoom in, bitch. I found it. Okay. So this is the characters, right? This is the characters, right? So in June of 2018, Claire has a fraction of everybody else's art. Which I think says a lot about who was popular at the time. And like Claire gets most of his character. Claire has gotten almost all of it despite being the main character. Well, he wasn't the main character though. He really was. I've had this discussion with Tyr before. He really wasn't that big of a player in the Chronicles. If you ask me, he really wasn't that big of a player in the Chronicles. It's inherently an anthology story, I think. Like, I don't even think he's in that many videos. I'll use to look at the playlist. Because so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $10. Hey, dear. Like, there's an entire stretch of time where clairvoyance is straight up not here. He's doing some other bullshit in the background. And so he gets so much of his characterization in Tales from Riftdale that it's a lot easier for him to be the main character, I think. But, like, all of Smith's characterization is in the videos. Partially because he is dead. We learn about him in episode 6, and then he gets to talk for like 2 seconds in episode 10, and he's dead. And then, like, Christian, I don't think Christian's only spoken, I think, in just in episodes... Also, I was right, it was Sin Screen 1, 2, 3. That's beautiful. Where was I? Shit. Oh. Christian has been mentioned a couple of times. We don't really need this one open. This is my content warning sheet. I don't really need it open. Because we see Christian, we learn about him in well, he's mentioned at least one other time prior to this. I have it written down when he was first mentioned. I have so much fucking data. I also can't see chat for a second, so bear with me. So we learn Christian's name in episode 6. Holy shit. Cause, yeah, he was mentioned in a few Bart videos. Because hostage and all. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, Christian, Chief, Smith, and Bart all have and Mike and Dad. Pretty much everyone but Clairvoyance has so much character development in the videos. Fuck yeah, Suburban Jungle. This feels very good to be fucking ranting too. I was joking about how it's good to rant to, and then immediately lost my ranting. Oh, basically everyone but Claire gets so much of their character development in the videos that I don't want to wave them off. But it's also like a lot of like the earliest Pun Noir's fun. Pun Noir's just silly. But like this one's barely a Bart video. I included it because it has the beret, basically. Like this one's more of like a political comedy. These are also kind of political comedy. These ones too, not as much. Like there's a lot of like, and they're older political comedy too, which I think is a little bit like weird for people. Because they're also, and Riftdale's just gotten so much better as it's gone along. I've loved Riftdale the whole time. The early videos still make me laugh so hard. The sounds before the Yahoo videos. I don't know what to call the Yahoo videos. I don't know what to call them. Terrible, I guess. But like, there's that too. Like the Yahoo, these two videos are so. They set up Christian's character, but they are definitely not reflective of his character, if that makes sense, right? And not even like, not like his character as a person, but like his character like within the context of the story. Ben signed up to be a pastor and went fucking video idea. That too. You did a couple of those, I'm pretty sure. We're just gonna have 17 million tabs open, it's fine. I forgot I can't read. Never mind. Yeah, these two. And I think... No, Yahoo Inc. just wasn't going to get shut down at this point. That wasn't until last year? Year before? Listen, I do want this playlist to still exist. I do think if people are interested in the origin, I do want this to be available to them. Because I do think, I've made a meme about it before. About, like, there are a lot of like fandom jokes and older fandom stuff the year before because Chris died. Well, he didn't die about the Yahoo. He didn't. When did Yahoo Answers shut down? Did Yahoo Answers end? 2021. Okay, last year. In all languages except Japanese? Oh, I was hoping that would take you to the Japanese Yahoo Answers. Okay. We've learned something today, but it wasn't relevant to what we're doing. Look at them jump when I tap these wooden pusher sticks on the counter on my desk. I don't remember why I started this rant. I really don't. But I think riftdale stuff, ooh. That's what fucking Ben would call it. I think... I will say too, the first Riftdale Chapter 1 on Ben's channel, I'm pretty sure, is just the sitcom series. Yes, okay, yeah. Because I also will say, and this is something that's been kind of plaguing me since I first started this, like, idea, is I don't want this video to be, it did start at the end of a Claire video though. That's true. But I don't think one of like the real, well, because because the early Claire videos, there's like finding the truth with you, and then there's the real, there's like the moon landing was faked. Like these three are real conspiracy theories. And that's my main concern, is that these are real conspiracy theories that don't have that much of an effect on Claire now. Ah, true, yeah. Because Finding the Truth with You, it has some references to real, like, conspiracy theories, but also they're kind of more jokey. Still, because conspiracy theories are kind of inherently a little, a lot of the time, because people fucking suck. But it's more of like the Q&A format. It's a little bit less, Ben breaking character, I guess. Because the other three ones he does, like, because they weren't clairvoyants yet. I swear he did mention the moon landing in a podcast yet, but it could be wrong. I don't think he does. I've literally listened to almost all of Riftdale in the last 2 days. I don't think he does, but I can't say for sure. Even though I've listened to all of Riftdale in the last couple days. We don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about why that happened. Well, the moon landing one's not as bad. The moon landing, I'm mostly thinking, like, because I know the lizard joke kind of died out, because the origin of a lot of the lizard conspiracy theory is anti-Semitism. That's not a laughing matter, but it is a very funny thing to say. Yeah. And that's most of it, is like, and kind of the same thing with, like, the first two Yahoo Answers video. Like, they're funny. Like, it's political commentary. They're political comedy. I think that's what it is. I think there's a lot of the earliest videos are political comedy. But Riftdale is a horror comedy, which is different. And there's a branching off point that I think happens around the sitcom series, if not a little bit earlier. Because, like, Dad was never a political comedy character. Chief and Smith, not really. They were just puns. But Christian, Bart, and Claire all started in political commentary and political comedy. But that's really not what Riftdale is. Seeing how the world was in 2016, yeah. Well, I mean, and Ben has always kind of done a little bit more of, like, that kind of comedy. Like, that's how it is. Sorry, I just saw Team's message to chat. I think I am gonna make a new playlist. I think the end of this rant is I think I'm gonna make a new playlist to link under that video. I think I'm gonna leave this one up because I do think it's valid to have the full context. And I think, oh no, Tyr, come back to us. Yeah, no, Tyr fucking died. Because Twitch is mean. Can confirm Twitch is a bitch. Don't delete my channel, Twitch. I'm sorry. At Twitch, stop being homophobic. Literally, though. Yeah, I think... Because this is kind of the same, like, problem I run into occasionally when I'm clipping the streams. Where I'm like, I really don't want this to be someone's first impression. Because, like, there are some stuff I'm like, yeah, it's like a weird inside joke. The piss jokes are fine. But, like... I don't want someone's first introduction to Riftdale to be like the Donald Trump video, if that makes sense. Especially because Bart's kind of stupid now. So I think for this one, I think for the purposes of recommending there was that deep throat by that. I can't control that one. There's also one, I think, Sevi took from the lasagna, and that made me uncomfortable, but I can't stop her. Oh yeah. I think I've implied my various squicks to you at some point. I feel like that's happened. So yeah, though that one I would not have clipped that, but I can't control other people. Because it made my bones hurt a little bit. Sorry, I'm thinking. I'm having many thoughts. They're swimming around in my brain. Yeah, I think... and here's the other thing. Here's the reason why I have many thoughts head empty, literally. Because here's the one thing I will say about even giving people the consideration, or giving consideration to the idea of as a brand new Riftdale viewer even considering watching the Chronicles first. And it's almost entirely because of how much characterization for everyone but Claire there is. I've already started at this point, but I'm back to it. Because, like, I think Smith's death can still be impactful, even if you don't have the context behind it. I really think it can, because it becomes less about you are losing Smith and more about what Chief has lost. Still devastating, different context. But there is something to be said about experiencing stuff like Smith's death and like him and Chief's relationship and some stuff about Christian. We have a little bit more backstory to those, and Bart. Like, we're slowly starting to get, because we're starting to get Bart. And here's the other thing. I am also starting this video. I mean, last time I edited this, we were at what? 12? Maybe even 11? And I am also starting this in the, not even in the middle of TFR. As far as I know, we're towards the beginning of TFR. I don't know if Ben's talked about how long it's gonna be, but this doesn't feel like there's still so much going on. I doubt, like, I'm gonna put this video out and then 2 weeks later, you know, the last episode's gonna come out. Hopefully. Dear God, I hope not. For multiple reasons. Both that I don't want it to end that soon, and I don't want this to take that long. So I am also putting out this video with these suggestions. They all started as jokes to IRL stuff and got characterization along the way. One of Ben's Q&A did say it was the community's reason why they exist. He ran with it. Yeah. Oh my god, my entire brain just emptied. You're right. Because is the thing too, is like so much of this characterization too is... Oops, sorry. No, you're good. This would have happened anyways. I think I'm back on track. But basically, the thing I am worried about a little bit. Keeping the Chronicles even in a suggestion of watching Riftdale, is I am a little bit afraid that someone that TFR is going to branch off enough that the Chronicles are no longer relevant except as an origin story, if that makes sense. But I also don't want to wait, yeah. I also don't want to wait the, years it could take. Especially considering the TFR update schedule, which I do adore. I don't mind it. Ben, if you're watching this, I do not mind it. Do not rush yourself. But, like, it's a different scale. Because, like, the videos were coming out. The yearly uploads. Not quite. We got 2 less than 12 months. I mean, he's online. That doesn't mean he's here. Ben, if you're here, you have to tell me. Just kidding. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I'm not gonna look at my viewers. I don't look at my viewers. No! I mean, I don't mind if he comes in here. I mean, no, I don't. I don't, actually. This is a stream. It's fine. People could witness me. So no one looks at my coffee. I keep losing my train of thought. I go in for my fucking follow-up for my diagnostic appointment tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to be like, yeah, you know those memory problems? Yeah, they're still fucking bad. TFR branching. That's right. That's right. Cause yeah, the big... That's where you left off. Thank you. Thank you, Lux, for my life. I have really only kept the Chronicles in consideration in this video because right now that's where so much of the characterization is. Because I don't want to... I want to be able to recommend Riftdale. I want to be able to recommend someone with I want to be able to recommend Riftdale with the tools someone needs to find what their preferred viewing method would be. But I don't want Riftdale to have to be something that has more warnings ahead of it than it needs, if that makes sense. Because, like, I always feel bad when I have to preface it, because it's a good show. And I think the videos are important, and I do still love the videos, but I could also absolutely understand why someone would want to be warned about them ahead of time. For stuff like the Yahoo Answers videos, and the original Claire videos, and the more political Bart ones. Because those aren't really what Riftdale is, especially if someone starts with TFR and then goes to the Chronicles. Which also is kind of why this playlist starts with... I very purposefully put the TFR announcement video at the beginning of this playlist. It was very purposeful because I wanted people to go into this playlist knowing that this is not a final reflection of the series. Because TFR has taken on its own thing. Because the Riftdale Chronicles are really more of a slightly interconnected anthology series. TFR is a series with a plot. And the Riftdale Chronicles being an anthology, I think is really cool. Like, I fucking love the original videos. I love them. I adore them. I just think someone who is brand new to them I don't know. I've kind of been approaching this whole thing trying to give all 3 methods of consuming Riftdale, like, their own, like, unbiased, I guess, like an unbiased take. I wonder if I shouldn't just commit to telling people to listen to TFR first. And then decide whether or not they want to watch the videos afterwards. I wonder if that would be better. Because I think that's how you're going to put Riftdale's best foot forward. Because yeah, episode 1 is like 7 minutes long, and doesn't make a ton of sense without the context. But also, that's kind of, I think, one of Riftdale's, like, one of TFR's... It's one of the things I like about it. Because you are jumping into the middle of... No matter, you can start anywhere, and you are jumping into the middle of the plot. Even episode 1, you are jumping into the middle of Clairvoyance's stuff. Situation. Plan. Whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. And it's only gotten better, really. So yeah, I think I'm going to commit to recommending that people listen to TFR first, and then giving a guide into the Chronicles. Here's the series, want some context, backstory, origin of the characters, here's the Skits Chronicles. Exactly. I think that is the best way to recommend it to people. Because I think when I started this project, it was probably like fucking 2020, 2021. I want to say 2021. Probably 2021. I could just go fucking look. Google Docs has a history. Okay, so I started this at 3 in the morning. At 3 in the morning on 4/20. And all I wrote was insert script here. And then I did not actually write any script until 1 p.m. that day. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That explains so much about what is happening here. Anyway. I'm not even that tired. It's 8:30 at night. It's not that late. Fucking was I? Oh. I think at the time I wanted to give all 3 of these a, like... I think because I was because I'm saying I, like, but you as well, like... Being there while it was going live, I think is a dramatically different... Kind of like Homestuck. Reading Homestuck back... Reading Homestuck now for the first time in 2022... is a dramatically different, and Ben talked about this even, is a dramatically different experience than reading Homestuck while it was live. Like, you can never recreate. Speaking of, I have to head out for the night, but I don't find you awake at 3 a.m. I promise I won't. I have work tomorrow, so I have to go to bed somewhat earlier, but night, Lex. Like, you can never you could never replicate the feeling of watching Act 7 the day it came out. You just can't. It's just an inherent part of Homestuck. And I think very similar stance for Riftdale. You cannot recreate the experience of being there while the Chronicles were going live. Because I think having the chance to participate in the Q&As and, like, trying to figure out, like, did my question get in, and waiting for the new Q&As and waiting for these new story beats, I think it's very different than TFR. Not bad. Neither of them are bad. I think, and I mean, we have a very similar, it's so much fun to be in chat, like, when a new TFR episode drops. And I think, yeah... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to put the Chronicles as, like, just not even suggest that you watch the Chronicles first. I don't think it's a good way to watch Riftdale anymore. Because the Chronicles are still good. I still like them. I think they're fantastic. I do think people should watch them. I just think watching listening to TFR first is gonna be the best way to do it. which does kind of take some weight off my shoulders, a little bit. Hello, Tyr, welcome back. Optional content. I'm gonna call it optional content now. Welcome back, Tyr. I've been rambling for the past, like, whole ass stream, basically. It's so complicated. Good, but complicated. This is, I decided also, Tyr, I don't know if you're here for the beginning of the stream, I decided I was gonna write a script for myself for this video, but I don't think I can. I don't think I have script writing bones in my body, so we're just going with an outline for now. So I think I'm actually gonna do this as just the tales. The tales. The chronicles. Parts of the rambling. It's been interesting. Well, thank you. I'm glad, because that's been this whole stream so far. I told myself I was going to work on stuff, but I've just been rambling my ass off. Which I guess is helping, so. I also feel like I'm biased. I am, but I mean, that's the conclusion I just came to. When I started this project, I was biased, because I watched the videos first, as they were going live. And so that feels like and a lot of us too. I don't think there's as many people in the fandom right now who didn't start with the Chronicles while they were going live and then go into Tales from Riftdale. I know they're probably out there. I know we've gotten some new people interested in it, but they're definitely like a minority. Why does the internet have to move so fast? But I do think that's the best way to do it. Yeah. I'm gonna make a new playlist. Can I make a new playlist from here? Save to playlist. New playlist. Riftdale. But it's just the chronicles and tales. We're gonna leave it private for now. Yeah. I like leaving that up. I think I like leading with that. Interesting. So I think for this new playlist, we're gonna make this playlist really quick. This is important now. I'm gonna start with the sitcom series. Or maybe I shouldn't. Why is fan art of your characters on the Riftdale Chronicles and more fan art of your characters is on Benjamin's? Hello? Why is that? Hello? Because even more is down here. Okay. I guess I'll include even more fan art, even though it's not technically on. Save to playlist. Riftdale, but it's just the Chronicles and Tales. Cool. I have a lot of thoughts about Riftdale. That's what we've learned today. Finding the truth with you. I want to say it's the end of Finding the Truth with You that leads it to the sitcom series, but I'll double check that later. I might reorganize these. Oh no, I don't remember what I just did. Where's my... There we go. Riftdale's versus the Chronicles Tales. Okay, your dad plays your daddy. I keep doing stuff and then forgetting what I just did. Riftdale, but just the Chronicles and Tales. I do love that the entirety of Dad's character is contained within the Riftdale Chronicles. But I think that also has to do with the fact that he didn't start out as a political comedy with because almost everyone else did. And that was, I mean, I think TFR is completely functional, engaging podcast only. Probably the video's biggest strength is like as a Blorbo catalog. That's kind of what that's kind of what the conclusion I've been coming to is, and kind of something I was talking about earlier. Is I'm making this video 13 episodes into TFR. We don't know how much content there's going to be, and we have officially, as of episode 13, reintroduced everybody. Because, like, going off of, like, the fanart sheet, Clairvoyance really doesn't get that much characterization within the Riftdale Chronicles. He's very much not a central character. He has his own situations, but, like, I think the story of the Greys and Christian and Bart are much more, like, they're a bigger part of the series. Like, I think you and I have actually had the conversation, I think possibly someone else, like, the Riftdale Chronicles are functionally an anthology series, but if you were to pick a main character, it is probably Chief. Probably Chief and Christian, with everything else kind of happening in an orbit around them. Because even, I mean, you could even argue, like, yeah, Claire's going up against Oculus, but we're first introduced to Oculus, I'm pretty sure, via a Christian video. So Claire kind of becomes a planet of a planet, or a satellite of a satellite for Christian's story, which is kind of intertwined with Chief and Smith's. So, no, yeah, and then we're being reintroduced to everybody, so people are getting... Clairvoyance has had his character development really fleshed out by TFR, and we're getting everyone else's, or arguably Chief, we've already gotten it, and Smith isn't getting it. And really, that's like, honestly, as a Blorbo catalog, you really hit the nail on the head there. It really just makes more sense as, like, this is where they started, and take it with a grain of salt. Because when my friend was listening back to it and mentioned lucidity, and I was like, oh, that's so funny, like, I could have sworn they talked about lucidity in the podcast, but they really don't. Because she just shows up as Lucy. And, like, you can pick up the fact that she's up to some shit. And, like, especially with the last couple episodes, like, obviously episode, I think it's either 11, it's either 10 or 12, it's either 10 or 12. I want to say it's 10. That she has the "If I don't, who will?" And then episode 13, obviously. And, like, it's a different experience. Yeah, Claire the Eye very much played as background stuff for Arc 1. Yeah, like, chapter 1 of the Griffin Chronicles literally does conclude with Smith's video diary. And I think even... I'm surprised Ben hasn't changed the chapter, or not the chapter. The channel name. Because, yeah, even chapter 2 opens with 2 dad vices, a Bart video, and then we get into Claire. And, like, yeah, you have TFR, but, like, this is all of the Clairvoyance content. All the Clairvoyance content's up here. And this doesn't even get me any closer to actually finishing the point of the video! Dog just trying to throw a ball against the door. I do. Yeah. I think the Chronicles are fun to... I think what it is that TFR is Riftdale now. TFR is Riftdale now. And the Chronicles are like bonus features on a DVD. Yeah. And I don't want to recommend bad features on a DVD. I put so much thought into how I want to tell people about Riftdale. Because I also don't want people to go into TFR with weird expectations, because if I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, there's a bunch of, like, these really weird jokes, and then, like, you watch it, and it's, like, just, like, the Chronicles, or, like, just TFR, and you're like, there's not that many weird jokes. Like, I would err, like, if someone's like, oh, I don't want to watch it, it's got a bunch of weird jokes. And it's like, there actually aren't that many. It's mostly Christian in the videos. But I do, and then kind of coming back to, like, I am making this in the middle of TFR, like, even towards the beginning of TFR, really. It's also entirely possible that bonus features is exactly the right vibe. Yeah, that's basically, it's bonus features. Which is kind of why I want to leave this playlist alone, but I do want to make I'm making the separate one too, that's, like, just the stuff that's, for right now, canonical. Because that's the other thing, too, is we kind of encounter this a couple times where it's like, we know stuff from the videos that we know is likely to make it into the podcast, but we don't know for sure until it happens. Like, we knew Smith was, I mean, you know Smith's gonna die, but, like, the second Chief shows up in TFR and Smith is not there, we know he is already dead. Even before you get to the Monochrome Man Part 2, you know that there was a Smith and he is dead. But for a podcast listener, they have also forgotten about John Smith. Because they never knew him in the first place. And he's not a character to be attached to. Like, I genuinely think if I showed the 2018 numbers to someone who has only ever listened to TFR, I think they would be fucking baffled. Not just because of, like, the low amount of clairvoyance art, but also the sheer number of Smith art, because he does not get a character in TFR, which is fine. I mean, he gets a little bit of a character, but he's not nearly as much of a character in TFR. He's really mentioned, and then he gets a handful of lines in episode 10. Because he's more of a chief backstory feature in the podcast than he is a character in his own right, which is, like, yeah, we know Ben doesn't really like voicing Smith, and he doesn't really need to be a character when he's not bouncing off of, when Chief doesn't need someone to be bouncing off of him. Because I think there's that too, like, when you have, because right now everyone's bouncing off of Claire. Whereas in the videos, everyone kind of had their pair rings that they bounce off each other. You have Smith and Chief bouncing off of each other, who are bouncing off of Christian, who bounces off of Bart. And, you know, vice versa. And having the pun and, you know, metaphorical comedic straight man in Chief is important, because otherwise videos with just the two of them are really, like, weird. Air conditioning. Where was I? Solo 7. There's also something to be said about giving Christian a backstory. Because he doesn't really get one in TFR. Like, we don't know anything. We know very little about him in the podcast itself. I mean, I'm, like, partially operating under the assumption that he may not even be the same, like, backstory as from... We don't know what drove him to desperation in Tales from Riftdale. Wasn't there another sitcom? Do I have sitcoms at this? Noir. Sorcerer, that's the one I'm missing. I fucking skipped over it. I still have to write the outline for this video. Although, interesting. If you just include what's on the Riftdale Chronicles, you do not see Chief and Smith until the sitcom solution. And the podcast Christian just kind of shows up the get got. Yeah, well, he's mentioned, I want to say, in one of the earlier episodes, too. But I also think TFR Christian is just getting started. Because he, you know, just came back to life. because he's kind of like a background. He also kind of functions as chief backstory for the moment. Bit of a cryptid, true. I think we're gonna, because there's that too. I think knowing what Ben has and hasn't, I think with the knowledge that when Smith was no longer needed as a character, knowing that Smith as a character was reduced down to just what Ben thought the podcast needed. He was just like, he is a driving force behind Chief, and so he is just a driving force behind Chief. Because you have now Claire is the catalyst for pretty much the whole thing. You don't really need Chief's revenge quest is now a part of a larger Claire situation. And a little bit, and I think with the Eye, it's more about Chief's relationship with the Eye than it is about, because the Eye is what circles back around to Claire. So I don't think Ben would have introduced, or would have reintroduced Christian and Bart for no reason. Because he, if he just wanted to throw them in there to be like, hey, I didn't forget about your guys, he could have left it as, under just the mention of a priest robbing the bank, and even just as an example of what Mike can do, because he does talk about when Christian goes in to call in the favor with Pete, who presumably no longer exists, he runs out with, the stigmata scars. And, you could leave it at that. He could have just been, that was a weird thing, but he came back. And, Chief even could have just shot him, and he, if he had just died. Cool, Chief's revenge story is over. I think, and then Bart, too. Bart gets a whole feature in, he's, one of the central parts of episode 13. So they're, gonna get more story. And we don't know how much of that is going to reflect the story that was being told in the Chronicles. Because Bart actually does kind of fall, Bart is more of a part of Christian's story than he is his own character after a certain point. He was kind of, I think we even talked about this too, it looked like he was kind of gonna get his own arc and coming into his own with finding confidence. But we don't know where that would have gone because we never got it. Oh, my ear is apparently bleeding. Interesting. Yeah, we'll just go there. That's fine. So I don't think they're in the show for no reason. I don't think they got named for no reason. I think that's what it is. I don't think they got named for no reason, because absolutely they could have just been left as that artist guy and the priest. But they got names and voices. And Christian got to come back from the dead. And that means something, but I'm afraid to suggest what that could mean. You can't see the gestures I'm making with my hands, shit. And then there's also, too, I'm having a lot of these thoughts, and I'm like, how much of this do I want to put in the video? Because ultimately, I want this to be a video essay about Riftdale, but I want this to be the kind of video essay about Riftdale that you could show somebody at least the first half of to get them into Riftdale. I think I'll probably do, as best as I can, a less spoilery and more spoilery, half of it, so I could be like, hey, watch the first half of this video, and if you like it, go listen to Riftdale. Excuse me. I'm putting so much thought into this. I want to. I like doing it. It's fun. I do genuinely have a lot of fun thinking about this project, but man. Ben, please come join my stream and help me describe Riftdale to people how you would prefer it to be described to people. Oh my god, my ear. The camera's, my ear's bleeding a little bit. I don't think it's healed. And the last couple of times it was bleeding. Don't worry about it, but ow. You can hear me stopping to say ow, that's why. it later. I just love the ear itself, if you were being concerned. I think there's a scratch on the inside, like the shell of the ear or whatever. Where's my document? Here we go. Oh, this too. Because I don't want to suggest something to someone without giving them a heads up, but I'm trying to think really if there's anything in just the Tales from Riftdale, anything that really needs prefacing. I mean, there's the dog. I mean, there's the hot dogs. How much is acceptable to imply with horror? I think is the question I'm thinking of. I'm having so many thoughts. I feel like I'm overthinking it is the problem. I feel like I have more thoughts than I need to about this. Okay. I'm gonna put more stuff on my outline so I actually look like I'm working on this. I mean, I am. I'm thinking out loud, basically. Oh, Tyr, I don't know if you heard. I also may be taking testimonials for these, so that would be until I get a good chunk of it done, but I just remember the other thing, which is I don't know what I'm going to put in the video. Because I don't want to use... I think taking this new stance that the Riftdale Chronicles are bonus features to TFR. What the fuck am I going to put on the screen for the video? Because I do want to include... I don't think the podcast is anything worse than is applied with the genre label horror. Okay, good. I didn't think so. Like, looking back, I'm like, maybe the high-pitched noises. I might give people heads up about the high-pitched noises. But that's probably it. Horror doesn't always include high-pitched noises. I just realized the two Riftdale goods are almost exactly perfectly booked, so that's hilarious. I don't know if I could draw enough images for a whole video, is the only problem. I guess I could do a speed paint. I did that for my troll gender one. And I probably don't even think about that. I don't even have the audio. I don't know what I'm thinking about when I'm going to put in the video. I just had to make a joke about that. Maybe TFR can be entirely illustrated with trips from Riverdale. No! No! I do want to borrow your one Jughead Claire picture, but I don't want to use. That would require me looking at Riverdale. I have looked at so little Riverdale. I don't want to look at any more of it if I don't have to. My ear hurts. I may also do, like... I mean, I guess they don't have to be super complicated drawings. And I have, like, a ton of time to, I mean, there's not really a time limit on this. I'm not turning it in for a grade. I can always just draw stuff. I mean, there's 12 episodes. I could always just draw scenes from each episode for the mostly non-spoilery part, and then just use clips for the bonus feature talk. I'm thinking, am I thinking too hard about this? Absolutely looking to Jughead Clip, like, hell yeah. I will absolutely be using it. I don't know when, but at some point. I do want to make a Riverdale trip. I may even just open it up with, have you heard about Riftdale? No, not Riverdale. Riftdale. Have Jughead glare. We'll find out. I also, I'm having a realization now. And I'm a little bit hesitant, because I will admit, I love Riftdale. I have loved Riftdale since before I joined the community. But I do think the community helps, like, not helps make it good, but, like, it's part of why it's so much fun to be involved in. But I want to talk about the community and being super cool. But is that a valid thing to put in a recommendation? Maybe not. I might not. I'm not sure. I also low-key want to include at least one Homestuck panel edit, but that would require me to know how to do Homestuck panel edits. So. Or just like with no explanation, one of the pictures has everyone drawn in god tier outfits. Everything else is like they're still in regular Riftdale, they're just all wearing god tier outfits for no fucking reason. It wouldn't be that unusual. My channel's full of fucking Homestuck content. I think it's fair to say a lot of fandom happens on the Discord. See that there is, yeah. I guess I'm more hesitant, like, is a fandom a valid part of recommending something to someone? Because I absolutely will lead in with Riftdale. Like, when I'm just telling people about Riftdale, just like casually, I will absolutely talk about the Discord. And I'm just wondering, like, is that going? Because I know the community's great. You know the community's great. The community's great. But would me saying that in a video make someone less likely to want to tune in? Does that make sense? Because I think people have like a weird, not entirely. Sorry, my first thought Homestuck edit is use John Rise Up edits to illustrate parts of To Kill. That is genius. Sorry, Twitch. Twitch tried to censor you for using thought. I'm sorry. That's very good though. I'll have to keep that in mind. I don't know. I feel like I'm overthinking it is the problem. I think the core of my problem is that I'm overthinking this, because this is a project I'm making for no reason. Well, not no reason. It's a project I'm making for fun. And I'm driving myself crazy. God, well, those gays, the Discord. I think it's safe to call us that. Man, we're still good. Content. I'm gonna do. Let's do this. Content consumption. There we go. Bonus content more than anything. And I guess I can acknowledge in the video too that like the Chronicles may at some point become some amount of non-canon. They just tossed it at the end. You're convinced to consult Riftdale now? Great, everyone else is on Discord. That's, you know what? That's fair. That's true. That does, you know what? That does make more sense. If you like Riftdale, the rest of us are on the Discord. There we go. I think, okay, I'm gonna change with, what is Tales from Riftdale? I'm gonna completely abolish the concept of talking about the Riftdale Chronicles prior to the end. I think I'm just gonna say Riftdale is TFR. You can't see the motion I make with my arms. I'm doing a big sweeping motion. I think I'm just gonna do that. In the context of the video, Riftdale is just TFR. I'm not talking about the wider content brand of Riftdale, just TFR. Well, probably not. Or is it good? Put this one. Except maybe the higher pitched noises. I still want to know so bad what the text-to-speech voice he uses for lucidity is. I think that would be a fun addition. I just think it would be fun to use Lucidity's voice for this. I got so close to figuring it out. I don't really need it. It's fine. What is Tales from Riftdale? What is Tales from Riftdale? It's a comedy horror podcast. Where's Ben's Twitch? I'm asking like I don't fucking have Ben's Twitch bookmarked. About. What? Shush. I do love that Ben calls him an unstable investigative reporter, because I feel like that gives a little bit too much credit to his mental state. Also, this pun. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed that, but it's very good. Seriously. Yes. Sorry, I had to throw a message into chat about that because I noticed it. I do love this line being the most consistent part of Riftdale descriptions is my favorite fucking thing. Let's pull... Well, no, I don't want to pull this up on my other screen because I don't want... Okay, y'all know what Ben's Twitch looks like. A comedy horror podcast told from the perspective an unstable investigative reporter in a fucked up city. Also, your mom and dad are there. Weird shit happens all the time. Goddamn. We'll call that a description of Riftdale for now. I think it's a pretty good description of Riftdale. I think, is there anything else vital to Riftdale? Is there anything else I would really want someone to know before they started watching Riftdale? because I always do like to, I always like to preface it with that part of it comes from the fact that no one believes him, that he's right. Believes Claire, but he is right. There we go. Comedy horror podcast by the Bro Vines guy. I think if I tried to put in there that that Ben was the Bro Vines guy, I think he would come kill me. He privated those videos. You can't see them anymore. I think it would be fucking unseated from my spot as a mod and left in the ditch. I also think if I just show a picture of old Ben, I'm sure some people will figure it out. Just trying to think. I always just phrase it as riftdale good. I always have trouble putting into words like what that means in a given moment. Mild horror elements. Think. What's a mild horror? I don't want to say Welcome to Night Vale. As much as like they have similar vibes, I don't want to mention. I don't want to put Night Vale in there too much. Because they're weird. I think we've established that they're like weird cousins. They're not like brothers. They're like weird cousins. Each of them thinks the other one's the weird cousin. But I don't know enough about horror. Mild horror. Not too scary movies. Hell yeah. Why is this movie called Ben about a rat? With an army of rats? Are we the army of rats? Damn. I have not seen Coraline in some time. Is Coraline a good... Kind of. I don't know that much about horror. Riftdale's horror is very haha what, which eventually something haha. Yeah! I'm stealing that, thank you. You've been quoted. I also have, I think, a description of Riftdale from Imp. From like ages ago. I can't see chat right now. I'll be back shortly. I don't know where it is. I don't want to go searching for it. I don't know why your mom and dad are there. It's so fucking funny to me. What's the description on... I don't think... Okay, so yeah, the SoundCloud one is stories from a city overseen by a looming corporate entity and inhabited by unusual citizens. Overseen by a looming corporate entity. What does that I even sell anyway? There we go. The eternal question, what does the I sell? We're gonna look at my Twitter really quick because I want to go see if I can't track down the description on Ben's Twitter. There we go. No, it's just... Is it here? I'm just gathering pieces from all the different Riftdale explanations I get. Okay, this is the same one as on this SoundCloud. Ah, the hot dogs. I don't think I actually looked at the episode descriptions before. Discord server! I'm just gonna poke around the various fucking websites. Okay, so use this is the general one. Is Maluman corporate entity inhabited by unusual citizens. There we go. Now if I could just put into scripted comedy, or men always specify scripted, so. Because I think at this point I just have to make myself an outline that I can just shoot this shit off of, or I'm never gonna get this done. Why should listen to Riftdale? Riftdale good. How do I explain Riftdale good? I'm moving this up the list to what is Tales from Riftdale. There we go. Riftdale good. Why Riftdale good? Riftdale a good joke? Good character? Not sued character. Good character. Clairvoyance, my blurbo. What makes Claire good to listen to? He's very funny. He takes himself so seriously when no one else does. It's very fun. Smart dumbass. He's kind of a dick, but you gotta love him. He just goes off. He does. Goes. He just goes off. Where is he going? What is he doing? That is the best way I could think. That's a good way to describe him. He goes off. Where is he going? What is he doing? I'm trying to think. Who else is there? Stacy, my beloved. Stacy, my beloved. Who else? I don't want to spoil Mike. And you know what? I don't think I want to talk about Mike. I think I want him to be a surprise. Because Mike just does some bullshit. And I think it's more fun to learn about Mike's bullshit when you don't know what the fuck is going on. Because nobody does. Why is Instagram trying to tell me to watch Reels on my nail account? It's for nails. think of, because I also don't want to spoil too much. I might even not call her Stacy. I might just call her my beloved. Side characters, even the one-offs are very giggle-inducing. World building. Good. What the fuck is up with this town? This town? Why was it in black and white? Wait, why? Wait. Actually, I was thinking about this as I was re-listening to the Monochrome Man today. Are Chief and Smith from a parallel dimension? Or was the world just genuinely not in color in the 40s? This is the thought that occurred to me. Because they talk about, like, oh, their badge numbers are on file. But was the whole world just in black and white? Or is Rivers was just fucked up? Jury's out. That's fair. I'm inclined to think Riftdale's just kind of fucked up. Because Mike was there. I think. Was Mike in the... I literally just re-listened to fucking Interlude Noir yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm incapable of remembering auditory information for more than 10 minutes. Or just any time at all. Took a photo. I don't know of what. This is a... what's that called? A windy camera. Kodak. Anyway, I got distracted by the camera on my desk. I wish I was better at putting into words why I like things. Because that's like the problem. That would be fun, I think, also. Couldn't contribute drawing? I'll finish the rest of it before I ask for any drawings or testimonials, but it's an option. I think my PNG tuber just reacted to my parents laughing in the other room. This is probably the ideal way to consume Riftdale. It's just Riftdale. Damn. It's Riftdale. Get the good Riftdale first, and learn about the origins of your new Blorbo. Fun fact, I have some people on another server I'm in who fucking hate the word Blorbo. They think it's kind of dumb. Fair, but I think it's very funny. She's sleeping. Baby. I think in one of my original ones... I think I did joke about everyone has a boy. There's a boy for everyone, yeah. by a guy named Ben. Damn. Good for him. This is how I write notes. He did a real good job of podcast. Excuse me. Real good job at podcast is the best way to possibly describe this. We're not gonna look at who's in chat. It's fine. Can I turn off looking at my view count? I can! I have turned off looking at my view count. Now I don't know. Could be thousands of you in chat, for all I know. Oh my god, it's been almost 2 hours. Oh. Fan submitted voices. We go ham for every time. If you get into riftdale, we will lift on a metaphorical chair and cheer. I think Im's been in Riftdale twice. That sounds correct. It's Mother's Day. Imp's Twitter.
Who is?
I didn't want to start Interlude Noir. Shit. That's Diva. I think it's Diva. Jane. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm only been it once. I'm gonna put this on a new page so I'm not looking at a bunch of the other stuff. What else? I at least want to finish this outline before I end the stream. You may be thinking, haven't I heard about this before? Is this some weird Riverdale fan fiction? It's everything I've ever learned about Riverdale has been against my will, and this show is actually good. There we go. I don't actually have that much of an opinion on Riverdale. I've never seen it. But I think it's very funny to say it like that. I think TFI runs and how characters are connected to each other, new and old relationships, and how those motivate people are big themes. True. Ooh, where should I put that one? The show is built off of relationships. Something, 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 remember. True. Old, new, and remembered. Old, new, forgotten, and remembered. That we build with the people around us. The people. With the other people. With the other character. About. Oh, the other, yeah. Wait, no, I should put away. That the characters build with each other. And how the relationships they build motivate them to act. or not to act. Never forget Riftdale. Always remember. Damn. Thank you, too. I kind of want to put in... Here's a question I'm posing. What if you were recommending something to someone? How many episodes in is acceptable spoiler territory? Like, if I include a clip from Riftdale, if I throw in something from episode, like, 3, is that too far? Because I do want to put, like, Riftdale in it a little bit. Like, I want to use, like, pieces of the videos and, like, maybe an audio clip or two. But I'm not... I don't mind spoilers that much, so I'm really bad at gauging what's an acceptable amount to spoil someone when you're suggesting something. You know? And I feel like, I mean, I'm sure that answer's different for everybody, but... 2 layers. Bones. Just stick to the upper layer. Don't worry about... I might have mentioned that there's 2 layers of bonus content, but I had to put it in there, or... We will hype you up. See above about guest voicing. Content house. I probably won't talk about Content House, but I feel like it was worth mentioning. She's sleeping. I guess I could also Google it. What is an acceptable amount of spoilers? The way I've generally seen the look at this media video format goes in any spoilers are fair game as long as they're warned for. Okay. Yeah, which I think I might. I think of it. How do you define a spoiler? These are all about books. No, I don't want to know when to spoil. I want to know how much. Yeah, I think I might do like a first half less spoilery, just Riftdale good. Investigative reporter man. I guess what I'm wondering is how much would be acceptable for that section, but I also may even just do... Because I don't want to spoil too much, because I feel like at least part of the fun of Riftdale is, like learning about stuff. Like, I wouldn't want to tell someone about, like, the marching band, because experiencing the marching band for the first time, holy shit. Should you desire... There we go. The horror likes to lie in wait and steal your socks every time you think it's gone. There we go. I guess I could also just be really vague and be like, hey, there's vague spoilers throughout this video. Because I think, also if I'm committing to just recommending listening to TFR first, I think I can use, I don't know. trying to think of my Chris, where are we meme is spoilers. Like, if you've never seen TFR before, how much of a spoiler is this image? I feel like it would be, because there's a monochrome. One of the episodes called The Monochrome Man. I guess you would probably be like, hey, what the fuck? I thought the Monochrome Man was dead. And then it's like, surprise, the other one's dead. There was a secret second Monochrome Man you didn't know about, and he's dead. Also, fun fact, you can put emoji reactions on Google Docs now. I don't know why you would. Should you desire. I'm gonna close. I don't really need that open right now. I need to actually go open the Witch Doctor. Because I do, even as a bonus feature, to kill is pretty dramatic and lore heavy. Yeah, no, I wouldn't use to kill. Absolutely not. That's why I was like, no. Even that meme is... yeah, no. Next Pro. Good to know. There it is. The question is, which ones? I don't think Ben has ever mentioned what albums they are. He just links the Bandcamp. Let's forget. I'm the one like on episode 13. Oh my god. I forgot that the last fucking Riftdale tweet was in April 2021. Who did? Oh. I had never noticed that before. That is fucking hilarious. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Anyways, back to the subject at hand. Yeah, I do... yeah. I'll figure out the music situation later. Mean boys. Mosquito. Someone posted a mosquito in chat. I think I might just have to do drawings for the video. I might do like one like per episode. I also don't know how long this is gonna be. Cause like as fucking proof, I can go on about Riftdale for 2 hours. Minimum. With lots of pauses for me to stare off into space. But I don't think this one's gonna be that. Like, this isn't gonna be a fucking 8-hour deep dive into Riftdale. That's a different video. Cause I might even do that too. I might even like just reduce this down to like the bare fucking bones. And then do a separate deep dive video. That actually might be kind of fun. I might do that. Because that I can also commit to a little bit differently, because that I can, you know, just ramble on about fucking canon parallels and foil webs and all that fun stuff. Honestly, that would be, this might sound a little bit dumb. I do think it would be kind of fun to do like a very short, like 10 episodes or less podcast, where it's just inviting people from the server on to talk about Riftdale for as long as we end up talking about Riftdale, and just being like, there you go. This is the episode where we talk about clairvoyance. This is the episode where we talk about Chief. This is the episode where we talk about the impact of the political commentary. I don't know. I don't think I could have that conversation, but I think it'd be fun. Parallels. Parallels. There are the parallels. Much content for theorizing. Imagine getting invited to be a Smith expert. There are several people I could invite to be the Smith expert, to be fair. I think we have no shortage of Smith experts. There could probably be an entire episode of just getting them all in a room and just letting them go at it. Should you desire theorizing, maybe even some media analysis. Fandom is also into theorizing and media analysis. What else? I was trying to think of like what I tell people about with Riftdale. It kind of because the thing that just occurred to me is that Riftdale has an internal logic that it follows. But that logic does allow it to do a lot. I think that's what it is. It does some batshit stuff, but it never, like, does batshit stuff for the sake of just doing it. There's always, it has a logic to it. Riftdale has a logic that it follows. Weird shit happens, but that you're not always expecting. But it never does so sorely for shock value. There's an internal logic to it all. Is that the right word for that? Yeah, okay. Nope, I'm thinking of solely. This one's very quiet at the end. Oh, we're about to reach a really sad one. It makes sense, yeah. This is the one I want. I want it solely. Because, like, yeah, to kill, both in its podcast versions and its video versions. To kill is shocking. But it doesn't come out of nowhere. I mean, Riftdale sets you up, or TFR sets you up to expect Into the Noir Part 2. It tells you in episode 6, John Smith died at the hands of Christian the Priest. And that is why Chief is doing what he does. Oh, this just is a really long ending. Okay. It probably has some, I don't know. Sorry. This song, I believe, is very sad. It has no title. Oh. Yeah, Riftdale makes sense in the way that it doesn't. I think, too, because, like, it would be so easy to make Mike do anything. If that makes sense. Like, I mean, and technically he can do anything, but there's a consistent logic to the way he works. Ben really did repeatedly say, "Yo, Smith is gonna die." Also, the song is indeed sad. Yes. Honestly, kind of fitting that it came on immediately after discussing To Kill. He did. Ben really gave us multiple heads up. It was like, this fucker's gonna die. I hope you guys are ready for it. And then he died, and we weren't ready for it. Unfortunately. I did manage to not cry while re-listening to it at school the other day. But then I made my status, if I don't, who will, and so. Because that line just sticks with me. I think about that constantly. If I don't, who will? Just, damn. I need to know what text-to-speech. The train's here. I don't think if I want to put anything else in why you should listen to TFR. Because I will say, I like that the fandoming is a little bit more into the media engagement side. I don't think shipping is bad. I think it's fun as a concept. There are aspects of it that are bad. But I think like the idea of shipping characters is fine. But I do enjoy that TFR, as the fandom stands now, this was not always the case, as the fandom stands now, is a little bit more media theorizing and engagement focused, which I think, and that might even, I mean, I'm kind of throwing that in there because it is kind of, it might be an appeal for some people, is like, we're ready to theorize, and like, we're not just good at shipping. Yeah, exactly. Like, we're very much, I mean, fuck, every time I re-listen to an episode with Lucidity and I have a new Lucidity thought for chat. I was resisting very much typing a lot in Conspiracy Boys while I was listening, both because I didn't want to flood chat and because I was supposed to be working. I was working. I was working at school. Well, not working at school. I was doing the work I was supposed to be doing at school. I kind of want to put, I think, I can't remember what conversation it was that we were talking about the web of foils, and how everyone is kind of foilers of each other. I wish I could remember the full context of that conversation so bad. I'm kind of tempted to see if Ben would want to contribute something, but I don't know. That seems like a lot to ask from him. And the thing I don't want to do is I don't want to mention the size, because actually I remember finding a message from Riley from like years ago talking about how like it's not the size that matters, it's the attitude. That's not what they said, but they were talking about like it's like not wishing that it would stay small because the size is not what determines that, and that the focus should be more on keeping everything chill as the audience grows. This would be really funny if this video went viral. I don't know if I want it to, but it would be really funny. Unrelated and also joke. Maybe the ideal riftdale watch order is all podcasts, but slap shoot in between the two parts of Monochrome Man. No, that's really good though. Even my family's cheering on in the other room. Goodness. Actually, you know what? It's just the what's a cuck. It's just the opening to Monochrome. It's just the opening to Shoot. Shoot's not even that long. Yeah, Shoot's only 6 minutes long, but I just think just the what's a cuck and then just end and go to part 2 of the Monochrome Man. YouTube algorithm is very kind to small videos as of late. It has. Well, because they want to push fucking shorts, I think. Actually, what's my fucking YouTube homepage look like right now? Mine's biased. I watch the same videos like 17 times in a row, so I listen to this. I fucking love this song. I've listened to this song so much. I wish all the fucking playlists weren't on Spotify. I could listen to them more, because I hate Spotify. There's actually ways that you can, like, make YouTube playlists off a Spotify playlist, but I'm too lazy to do that, so. I want to... It's a great song. It's a good song. And sometimes I'm just thinking, and sometimes I'm thinking about Christian TFR. So, you know. What was I thinking of? Oh, the chart. I kind of want to throw the chart in there, but I think I'm not even going to acknowledge that it's there. I think I'm just going to put it up as, like, an image as if I'm describing something. And I'm just gonna put the fucking... Where's the chart? I have a link to it up in this document somewhere. The chart. The chart. I do love how the name of this file is They're All Disasters Deep Down, though. It's beautiful. What's the thing I set up here? There's too much up there, I think. I need to stop looking at the old versions of the script because they're just gonna make my brain sad. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can add to this outline. Because I don't think I'm gonna make it tonight. I think I might wait until... I don't know. Soon, hopefully. If I can finish this outline, I can hopefully fucking record the audio pretty soon, actually. Especially if I'm talking off the dome piece. Themes about memories, and what do they mean? They mean to us, to society. Let's explain that the main character of the current podcast ages to get a name compared to the other. Character of the current podcast... Oh, took ages to get a name compared to the others. He did, huh? When did Clairvoyance get his name? I don't think he technically introduces himself until one of the sitcom videos. Oh yeah. Background by Helios, Historic Door on Twitch. I want to say it was one of the sitcom videos that he gets his name, but I don't remember. I also forgot, I was listening earlier and I forgot how fucking funny it is, like without context, for Oculus to just hop on the fucking radio, like show and just be like, Agent Clairvoyance, and Claire's like, who the fuck are you? Hello? Although I am still thinking about fucking the pact won't protect you for long. I'm gonna be thinking about the pact. The pact with who? The pact with who? The pact with who? Okay. I'm gonna put that under here. Claire got his name so much later than everyone else. The videos are part of why everyone seems to be allergic to having a last name. The last guy who had a last name fucking died. Just casually imply that if you have a last name in Riftdale, you fucking die. chief. I have the blessing. I'm trying to think. This is kind of all I really need for a script. I think that's all the points I want to hit. I think you were the one who brought up that, like, that everyone talks about the eye being a corporate entity, but we don't actually know what they sell. Which I think is very funny. I have been thinking about that since. Oh, you know what? Wires are good. If you like, welcome to Night Vale. This is like welcome to Night Vale's weird cousin, who you only see at family reunions, but who seems pretty cool when you do meet them. There we go. This entire stream of staring at various web pages in a Google Doc. That's fine. Excuse me. It also gets around to having gay people almost as fast. I want to say... you know right off the bat that Stacy has a girlfriend, actually. I think you know she has a girlfriend before you know her name is Stacy. Minor spoilers ahead, but I will try to be careful so you can enjoy a podcast. There we go. There we go. I can make them all stars. This isn't relevant to script writing. I'm just gonna do it. I want to see if I can change that. No! I can't change the bullets. You used to be able to change the way the bullets looked. I'm so sad. I do. I remember in my original draft of the script, I kind of mentioned that there's kind of a character for everybody, but that's really more true of the Chronicles than it is TFR. I think I'm not gonna mention that part this time. Goodness. No. I dropped one of my Shield Joseph Riftdale cards. Yeah, I think that's all I really can put into an outline, and it's been almost 2.5 hours. So I think I'm gonna call it for the evening. I don't know if anyone is online that we would want to raid. Someone is playing Subnautica. Browse. I wonder if there's anyone art that'd be kind of fun. I've never actually raided anybody before. Art. Oh, that's category tags. Creative. Art. LGBT. On the stream. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna rate anybody, I'm tired. But yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna call it for the night. Thanks for coming if you came live, thanks for watching it back if you're watching it back. I hope you have a good day, and hopefully I will be able to stream again sometime in the future. Maybe I will even stream myself editing together this video. I can make no guarantees there, but I think it would be fun, so I'm throwing it down to the universe as a possibility. Yeah. Bye!